Gary today with Ben, and Gareth is inside beaving away with some silicon, and this is your 8-bed HMO project?
8-bed HMO, all en suite.
All en suite.
Love these little lights. This was bespoke, this got fitted yesterday. You know, basement rooms can just be kind of a bit grim and a bit cold and dark, so I think, you know, when she showed us the colours, first of all, I was like, oh God, really? But actually, now it's like, it's cozy. Like, I'd want to come and sit in here with TV.
Saturday night,
takeaway. Yeah, exactly, yeah. If people want to work from home, you know, we've got this here, which is great. So yeah.
So this is mostly going to be professionals, I assume?
Yeah.
Are they professionals working in Manchester?
So in case people want to live here but work in Manchester, you know, it is, the bus stop's literally there. Or you can walk to the tram in like 15 minutes.
And what's that, 20 minutes into Manchester, is it? Or 20, half an hour?
I've never done it.
Never done it. Okay.
I did know when we were obviously working out what areas to invest in. I knew, but I escaped my memory.
Yeah, it's not going to be far, is it?
Yeah,
it's not going to be far.
No, it's not far at all. It's pretty good. Yeah, the drive's 20 minutes.
Okay.
We live in Ancoats and it takes us 20 minutes to get home. So yeah, it's pretty easy.
So yeah, ideal.
But there's lots. You know, there is a lot of like head offices and jobs around here, and you know, we're finding. I mean, We've advertised this with CGI pictures. We haven't even got the actual photo so far. And even still, we're getting probably 1 to 2 people requests to view per day, which I think is pretty strong. Bearing in mind, they're not even the real thing. Tomorrow, when we start with the photographer and videographer, as soon as that's done, we're going to put pictures, videos up so that people can properly see it. Because we've had a few people that have emailed, be like, oh, is this like legit or is it?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What at the moment, open rent, are you on? Or?
No, we're doing spare room.
Spare room, okay.
Yeah, I find open rent, I like it. I mean, we use it for our rental properties because we let them manage them ourselves, so we use that. But no, just spare room. I think when it comes to looking for a room in a shared house, really, spare room have got the market. I personally wouldn't look on the open. Maybe other people do, and maybe I need to look into that. But yeah, so far we just have spare room. Yeah.
Nice. So that was bedroom 6.
That was bedroom 6.
Sorry,
we're going in the wrong order a little bit. So this is bedroom 5. Oh, wow. This is personally my favourite room. So this is £760 calendar month. Lovely big window. I love this.
That is nice.
I love this. I love this, and I love the headboard bit with the woodwork. You know, I think it just works really well.
Makes you feel big, doesn't it? That.
Yeah, it does.
Makes you feel really big.
It just gives it a different feel. It's, you know, quite unusual, but yeah, I love it. And then again, this has got a really good ensuite again with a big shower, which is hidden, like, you know, down here.
Wow. Oh yeah. On the corner, yeah. Quite big tiles.
Yeah.
I imagine easier to...
The tile thing was funny, you know. We did a post on this, and well, we haven't got that many followers, but we had like 20,000 views on this reel.
Oh, wow.
And it was because we basically were talking about shower panels. Now, Gareth and I are very much like, if we're going to do something, we do it well. You know, we do it the proper thing. And shower panels, yeah, they are cheap, but they're fucking shit. You know, you're washing yourself, you knock it with the elbow, it bloody comes out. So we were going with the ply-backed shower panels, so they're sturdy, they're strong, and they'll properly stand the test of time, like a tile. But they were expensive. They were like crazy expensive. So then we did a post on why we're not doing
the paneling
over tiles, and people went nuts. People like obviously thought we were Billy bullshitters. 100%, I swear to God, no lying. It was like totally legit. And like the labour on this, obviously there's more labour involved, but not that much. They're huge tiles. Like the builder did them in like, you know, a couple of days or something.
A couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh, like, that's, you know what? That's interesting, Ben, because you're probably the first person to be counter the
I know, which is why I think I was just thinking more ideas for Instagram.
Make tiles great again.
Yeah. I mean, originally it was Metro tiles. Obviously that takes loads of time. It's like all the, you know, and Gareth was straight away was like, we're not doing them.
Too much labour.
Too much labour, too much grout, too much to go wrong. At least with these, it's not as much grout. You know, so, and we can maintain them quite easily.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is banging, this room.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Yeah, nice bright park view.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, we'll go up to the attic rooms.
To the penthouse.
To the penthouse suite.
The penthouse suite.
The luxury penthouse suite. Again, beautiful view of the roofs. Bedroom 7. I love these 2 rooms. They're they're quite different. They're, you know, really cool.
Wow.
So yeah, bedroom 7 again. You know, we've got I love the artwork in here as well, actually. Nice little deck. Love that light. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
It's quirky. It's quite big, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good sized room, and then there's a whole, you know, kind of like the dressing area. Again, like I love it, you know, because she's zoned like everything. You know,
I feel like that's gonna be really good for the girl.
Yeah, it's just really cool, and a really good size shower room as well.
Oh yeah, is this the biggest ensuite?
Do you know what?
Looks like it.
Could be, yeah. It does look pretty big, doesn't it? Oscar, get out of the way. Oscar.
Lots of tiling on the floors, nice.
Yeah. It's just lino, but it's great.
So did your interior designer provide all the supplies for this stuff, or was it?
So she provided like a procurement list, and we bought everything, but she told us everything what to buy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everything. And we've obviously, there's certain things we've tweaked just for whatever reason, practicality reasons or whatever. But generally speaking, we've used pretty much everything on the list. Gareth's changed it, because being a plumber, there's certain things he was like, no, we have to use this because it is just better, more durable or whatever. Yeah. And he knows, he's fitted so many things now. So yeah.
And in terms of, this is probably a question for him, but in terms of pipework, did you use plastic, copper?
Copper.
Yeah. Again, whenever
actually,
they're like long term.
No, double check with Gareth. Yeah, I don't listen to me. Anything to do with plumbing or just the build, it's Gareth. Yeah, well, I'm like, the thing is, like, there's pros and cons obviously working with your partner, but you've got to have your position.
Yeah, roles and responsibilities. Yeah.
And the way I break it down is Gareth's the now, the present. Yeah. Which I'm just not. I'm always the future. So I'm always like looking for the next deal, speaking with investors, just getting more money in, pushing us forward. But Gareth makes sure that we nail
delivery.
As soon as it's bought and as soon as the interiors is designed and the mood boards are sorted, and like my job's kind of like not done, but you know what I mean? It's Gareth's like, that's when he's in his element. Because he can bring it in bang on budget because he's here every single day, which is why I think, it does work well with us. Or that, obviously it's tricky sometimes working with your partner. But yeah, it works well with us, but you just got to stay in your lanes.
So in terms of finance for this project then, let's have a bit of a chat about that. So you were saying you did 2 flips down south.
Yeah.
Cash pot. Yeah. Was there purchase for this cash and refurb funded by you guys as well, or?
So a mixture. We did end up getting a bridging loan on it. We got a bridging loan just to complete the works, but we bought it in cash.
Okay.
What was interesting is we soon realised it was going to cost a bit more than what we originally thought. So we were like, and we wanted to do 2 projects alongside each other. That didn't work out just because we didn't find the second project. So we were like, let's just get the bridging loan out. We spoke with a lot of different bridging people, and they all advised development finance, which is brilliant. It's a great product. It's obviously costly, but if it gets you the end result, then it's fine. It's fine. The only person we spoke to that was like, no, don't do that because it's really expensive. It'll be a nightmare because they're constantly checking on you, blah, blah. He was like, we can bridge on the purchase price of the property. You just can't start the work. So we just delayed and the builder's coming in for 2 weeks, and he managed to get us a bridge based on the value of the property, 75% loan to value.
Yeah.
So then got that out, and then helped us finish everything.
Finish the project. Okay. So with that was, so how much of the project had you done when you got that bridge? Had you done anything?
No. We got him on board right at the beginning because we were umming and ahhing about could we complete with the cash we had. So, and we were working with a mentor at the time, and he was like, you need to speak to someone before you start the work. Yeah. So he actually recommended this guy, Stefan from Willow Isle Capital.
Yeah.
He was great, like super knowledgeable. Yeah. Is a pro with bridging, clearly, because of what he did for us. Yeah, it worked out really well. So yeah.
And then in terms of numbers, so purchase price.
Yeah, so purchase price is 200,000.
Okay.
We got it at auction.
Yeah.
So there was $8,000 auction fees on top of that. And then we spent 210,000 on it.
Back into it again. Yeah. So basically the value that's common in HMOs.
Yeah.
Purchase price.
Yeah.
Back into it again.
Yeah. So, and then obviously there's a few other costs with, there was some added extras, like with the garage.
Yeah.
Even little things we wanted to add on, like we changed at the last minute, like the plug sockets we changed. Minor things really, but we're pretty much almost bang on budget from what we...
And 3 weeks early from what you're saying?
And 4 weeks early.
4 weeks early?
Sorry, 3 weeks early. 3 weeks early, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and then we're hoping the end evaluation will be 575.
575.
So yeah, that's what we're going for. That is what we believe is a realistic rate, which is why we're going to rent at least 50% of the rooms before we get the valuer in. But even stress tested, for the numbers stress tested, if we get much lower than that, we're still happy.
Yeah.
But that would be incredible.
Yeah.
But that's to be confirmed, so I'll have to let you know.
By the value. Yeah. We'll come back and chat about that.
We'll be crying or celebrating. But
we'll You'll be celebrating.
Fingers crossed.
Top quality product.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, the final bedroom.
I feel like this is going to be one of the nicest ones as well.
Well, they're all just so different. This one is, so it's got the smallest window, so it's not, natural light. But this one, we haven't signed the contract yet, but we've had someone confirm they definitely want to take it. It's just the angles. Like it's a really cool room to be in, I think. We've had a few people. I'm someone that needs natural light.
Okay.
Like I just need it. Like which is why I'm not very good in Manchester because of all the clouds.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yeah. But so for me, it's not my favourite, but I love it because I love the fact you've got all the zoning, the different colours. I love the panelling here. It works really well. Still need to put those side tables up. But someone came in yesterday straight away. This was obviously the last room, and he was like, "I want this one. How soon can I move in?"
Yeah.
So he wants to move in pretty much straight away. So we're going to try and rush through the referencing.
Process,
but
nice.
which is great. Yeah, but this one's £760 a calendar month.
760, right? Okay.
760, yeah.
So, and then in terms of sort of monthly numbers, what are you envisaging?
So if we get all the room rates we want, it'll be £5,990 per calendar month.
Yeah.
Which is clearing about 71,000 gross a year. So pretty good numbers if we get them.
And then you're going to be managing
self-managing.
yourself?
So our net on that, our net around, it depends obviously. If we get 575 and we do a full, if we take full 75% out, we might end up leaving a bit more in there just to bring our costs down a little bit.
Yeah.
But net, we're looking around £2,500 a month.
Nice, wow.
Personally, Gareth and I's plan is we just want to replace our incomes as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So I know, so as an ROI, generally it has to be a minimum of 20% ROI.
Yeah.
But the number really I look for is it needs to clear £2,000 a month net profit.
Yeah.
Just personally.
Yeah. That's where you want to be. Yeah.
This is where I want to be per property. It's a lot of work. Getting to this stage has taken a lot of work. We had an amazing mentor, which obviously really helps, and I'd highly recommend getting a mentor just because it does just really help push you forward. But yeah, we just want to, that's just, the numbers we concentrate on, roughly £2,000 a month net. But yeah, this one's hopefully going to bring in even more than that.
Even more than that. And you were saying before, so Gareth was on site every single day.
Every day.
And you were commuting to London. What's it, still working?
Yeah, so I'm a hairdresser. I'm a hair colorist. So Gareth works for the business full time now, doing just everything on the project
managing
everything. Yeah. And then as we move forward, he's going to come off the tools and he's going to be full time project managing.
Yeah.
And then I'm in London still probably 8 days a month. So I drive down there. Go to all my clients' houses. I just do hair colour.
Okay.
Drive to all my clients' houses, come back, chuck that cash into the houses, and then we roll
back into it.
Yeah. So I'm like a week on, week off, week on, week off. At the moment, I'm off for 5 weeks, though, which is great to get this finished. But I start back in a couple of weeks.
How have you found that?
Hell.
Yeah. Difficult.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's like commuting. Everyone. I don't know a single person that enjoys commuting.
Yeah.
The only advantage is I can listen to a minimum of like 4 audiobooks a month. So like you name it. I've lit a podcast. I mean, God, I can give you a whole list of podcasts.
Personal development time,
everything. Yeah. So I literally I'll knock out. I've got accounts. I've got the Spotify audiobooks and what's the other one? The Audible. But so I listen. That's like the only positive. Apart from that, it's hard. Like really hard. Yeah.
Do you think that is something people don't understand when they first get into it?
I don't think people understand anything when they first get in. How do you though?
Yeah, which I suppose you need to, because you need to have that naive ambition.
Yeah, you do, exactly. You need to go into it a bit blind, otherwise, to be fair, I would still fucking do it. I wouldn't say, oh no, I'm not going to do it. I'd still do it. But obviously there's so many hurdles to overcome. So you do need to go into it a little bit blind, and you just have to attack things and just go at it. And now we've done it. I'm like on right. I mean, I'm on Rightmove all the time anyway. But now I'm like constantly on Rightmove. I'm just desperate. I want to get more and more and more now. So that's the plan. So we can definitely do another one with the cash we've got left over. And then
would that be a similar bridge?
Yeah,
using cash?
We might do development depending on what we do.
Yeah.
So we're looking for more projects in Manchester, but we're also looking down south on the commuter belt.
For more flips?
Yeah, no, we want to do HMOs.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're looking on that West Sussex Southern Rail line that goes all the way from Victoria to Brighton. We're also going to look a little bit in Kent as well, because we're relocating to Brighton. Nice. And we have decided we want to kind of invest within an hour and a half of Brighton.
Okay.
So we're looking around there, but we also invest in the north. So we've got places in North Yorkshire as well, and then we've got this place in Manchester because my family are in Scarborough, Gareth's are in Crawley.
Yeah.
So it's just easy.
Wow.
Because we have to see the family. Yeah. So you might as well tie it in with a property check.
Yeah.
Go and see mum and dad, my brother, my nephew, come back. You know what I mean? So it suits us. We like it. It keeps a diverse portfolio.
Yeah, spreads the risk. Yeah. Which is, and it's interesting you say that, because a lot of people say when you first start, don't scattergun, and you guys are probably the opposite to that.
Do you know? I know everyone says that, and it does make me a bit nervous. But we even things like people like stick to one model and don't do anything else. And I do get that. We definitely want to do more HMOs, but I want to do like everything. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think at the end of the day, yes, there is lots of very specific things with HMOs, like the fire regs, the licenses, which are complicated, but I kind of just feel like it is still property. You know, it's not worlds apart.
Yeah.
So I definitely want a very diverse portfolio. You know, we want commercial things, we want some luxury flats, potentially some more service accommodation. We did a service accommodation in North Yorkshire.
But I suppose taking this property as an example, and stuff like this is really good to do early because you learn so many. Planning, architects, regs. You've done all of that. So like
so much.
Splitting flats. You can
splitting flats. That's something we definitely want to look into. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, we've learned masses on this. Yeah. So we're at the stage now where we're hopefully got some free time next week, and we're going to try and pull everything out of our brains, and we're going to systemize everything on Asana. You know, project everything from like sourcing the property to fire eggs to first fix, second fix. So Gareth's got so much information. We were up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Gareth's like, you just need to write it all down. You need to write it all down. So I'm like, we're quickly documenting it and like writing it all on Asana. Obviously we've been doing it through the project, but there's just, you know, it's like there's so much going on. Sometimes you're just so tired, like you just can't. So now we really want to systemize it and just nail it. We want to just like cookie cutter this and like get everything. So it's like we just move onto every project. Like
do the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like nice.
Yeah,
so is the vision to take private finance on?
Yeah.
Is that the vision?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've already had a fair bit of interest. I think just because of what we created is maybe a little bit different, and maybe if people are really interested in design, they've maybe liked what we've done. So yeah, we've had quite a bit of interest. We've got someone we're looking to work with down south, and yeah, so we're speaking to different people at the moment. We haven't had anybody. We thought we were going to have more people approach us maybe through Instagram, although we have only just started. Yeah. But it's more through just like networking and word of mouth.
Getting known.
And I'm quite lucky with my clients. You know, I look after a certain demographic of women, and they are super interested in what I'm doing. Yeah. So I've had a few people say, you know, they'd love to
reach out. Yeah. You know what? A lot of people I've spoken to about private finance, so it seems there's like a bit of a hierarchy of where they go. Yeah. One is family. Two is people within their career sphere already. So you know, if you've got a decent job in the city, you know a lot of people. If you've got a lot of like, you know, high income,
trust though, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Because they know you, and ultimately, you know, in these projects, when you're lending money to people, you're trusting you.
Yeah, exactly. And you're talking like you're not, you know, especially for HMO, you're probably not going to go to someone and ask. Well, you might do, but for us, we probably wouldn't go to someone to ask for 30 grand. It'd be like, well, if we can start at like 150, 200 grand, then we'll speak about it. Do you know? So it's a lot of money to hand over. So there has to be some sort of trust there. But again, which is what I think is beautiful about social media, is Gareth and I are trying to do a very, very like no bullshit approach. The ups, the downs, show our personality, and hopefully people relate to us a little bit. And understand what we're doing. Personal brand, so we're trying to do that. We did our branding actually a bit ago. So yeah, we're just building everything, you know. I want to get the momentum though now. I really want to
get the flywheel going.
Yeah.